650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of us.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Andrea Jack, and Tom Lucas.
Billy, it's good to see you back again.
It's really good to see you.
You look at all summery, man. Yeah. And Andrea, you're here. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys.
And it's nice to see Dwayne.
I know. We're so happy to see
We're so
Dwayne.
happy. We should not tell tales out of school, but Dwayne was involved with a car doing things. And you were slightly injured, but you're back, and we're glad to see you.
Thank you very much.
And
Good
that's
to be
the last nice thing we're going to say to you for the rest of the show. No, we missed you. We missed you. Anyway, it's a very special day today, Bill.
It is. It's Grandmother Day.
Not only is it Grandma Day, it's Gorgeous Grandma Day. So if you're a grandma, happy Grandma Day to
And
you.
if you're gorgeous, even more so.
That sounds like my grandmother. She's
that right?
94. Kirsten, she's absolutely gorgeous.
And of course, your mom, she's a
My mom,
grandmom.
she's good looking.
Oh, she's a cook too.
Oh, yeah, she's a cook. We're going to watch, we actually watch the football game on Friday night.
Did you?
With your mom?
With my mom.
No.
Oh, yeah, she just loves football.
Is she a Lions fan or she was a Winnipeg fan? Or both, I guess both.
No, she's a CFLer.
Oh, is she really?
Is she?
Like we're from Winnipeg, but she likes likes the guys from Saskatchewan.
Oh, okay. Well, don't be sing that too much on the show. No.
Well, it sounds like we get along. I like football too.
Billy's a good guy.
Yeah.
Bill Macklem, by the way, is also the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You're also the Radio Real Estate resident mortgage expert, and you will be. Yes, you are. You didn't know that, did you?
Didn't know that.
No, that's true.
Wow.
And you'll have the mortgage rate update for us shortly, right?
I will, and I'm going to be talking about interest rates. Isn't that interesting?
Really? It got my interest.
Our Radio Real Estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, says someone has to pay for all the things we have here.
And we're talking with Mark Jock, CEO of Mark Craft Home. What a great guy. Our Radio Real Estate home specialist.
Now, listen, if you missed part of the program, what you can do is you go back and listen to one of the podcasts. We're so full of technology on the show. It's just amazing podcasts.
Wow.
You can go to the website, right, and go to our website, which is RadioRealEstateJuly23rd2017, and download one of our special podcasts.
I'm going to do that. Okay. I just want to hear what I said last week.
No,
somebody said, I really like what you said, and I can't remember what I said.
What I say? I hear you.
Monica Dina Briga, president of Mummy Maids, has a few tips for us on how to keep your silk flower display looking new and smelling fresh.
And we're going to be talking about a brand new, a project here on the Radio Real Estate Show. It's from the people over at Qualix Landmark, and we'll have a gentleman on the phone to talk to us about that. And we're also going to have the news headlines again. They're back again this week, and we've got some dandies for you this week, so we're going to ask you your personal and professional opinions on those.
Great. Our mortgage question of the week is coming up. Have a question for Bill? Leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateJuly23rd2017.
You betcha. Thank you so much. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy, CL 650. Bill Macklem, you got the weekly mortgage update for us.
Rates are reasonably well. I mean, they're still the best rates we've had in 100 years. Just not as low as they have been over the last probably 2 years. But what's happened is that the rates have moved up a little bit. But when you look at the rates are not much different than they were before Christmas. So, yes, they were at this level, then they dropped down a little bit during the last 6 months, and now they're back up again. What's interesting is that we have a couple of lenders that are offering some variable rates, and people are spooked right now by variable rates because we all know that the Bank of Canada has already raised their prime, and they're going to raise it again. But this is a significant, so if you got someone that's interested in a variable rate, they may want to call us about what's something special right now that's probably going to be taken off the market probably the next, I would think, I just talked to our lender just the other day, and probably maybe next 3 to 5 days.
Really?
So it's got a big discount. It's like about 0.85 off the prime, which is a great rate. Maybe
what we should do then is maybe call you and get some advice.
That would be a good idea. You can give me a shout at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Now, we tried this last week. Are you able to give us your website?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here we go.
I was practicing.
Okay.
It's billymac.com. It's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com.
Nicely done. Do it one more time.
billymac.com.
billymac.com.
LLI, not a Y, CO.
There you go. In the next segment of the program, Bill will try again. He's also going to answer your mortgage question of the week. And we speak with Mark Jock, who is the CEO of Mark Craft Homes, about the new home building process. And today we're talking about what?
We're talking about heating and cooling systems and the cost of installing those.
Looking forward to that.
You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
We get better.
We got stacks and stacks of letters.
You love that song, don't you, Billy?
I just love that last little.
It actually gets stuck in my head. I just find myself singing it when I'm at home.
I just think of the bed I had when I was a kid, the old springs, ring, oh, ring, oh, ring.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got another letter. We have another question for you this week, Bill.
Our question this week comes from Maddie LeBlanc of Hazelton. Maddie says, I'm the first-time buyer and wondering if you would explain term escrow.
Oh, thanks very much, Andrew.
Term
Well,
escrow.
Maddie, that's an interesting question, escrow. Escrow really is more of an American term. And what that actually means that funds are deposited, so you could have your funds, if you had 100% down, you deposit that with your lawyer, so that'd be a third party, and then he would then advance the funds to the seller of the property. So that's what escrow means, that somebody is actually holding your funds for a specific date and held by somebody else. But we don't use that term here in Canada a lot. What happens is that when you're doing financing, the bank will advance funds for your purchase, less whatever down payment you're going to have. So your lawyer, your notary would ask for the deposit funds from you. They would ask for the funds for the rest of the purchase price from the bank, and then they would then put those funds into place and then pay off the existing financing on the other property. So therefore, those funds are actually held by them. And it is called escrow, but it's not a term that we would not normally use in Canada.
So we do have something like that, but it's a different term, right?
It's just not a word we use a lot, because what happens in the States is that they have to hold funds for a much longer period of time. For example, when we're buying a home in Canada, the lawyer does not ask for your deposit funds until probably 5 to 10 days before closing, and the bank doesn't give their funds to the lawyers until about 5 days, 3 days to 5 days before closing. Whereas in the States, those funds will be held in escrow for almost like 30 to 60 days because it takes them longer to clear title.
I see. That's good information. For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Let me just check. Is Mark on the line? Mark Jock? Mark, hello there. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Now good morning, sir. Remember last week we played a great song for you, but I got an even better song for you this week. Are you sitting down?
I am.
Okay, grab your coffee. Here we go. Listen carefully.
I'm working on a building of love. Gonna build it in the name of everyone. I'm working on a building of love. Gonna build it in the name of everyone.
I heard you're one of those contractors that builds with love.
Well, I do.
You love what you're doing, right?
We do.
Absolutely.
Yes. You know what? If you're not inspired with what you do in life, then change your profession.
My God, maybe you should come and join us on the show. Quit building and just be a radio minister.
Yeah.
You'd be good at that.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I know. So now, Andrea, what's this gentleman going to talk about today?
Yeah. So, Mark, we were talking earlier today that you get a lot of people asking, what are the costs involved with either adding a heating system or cooling system to the home, maybe heat pump. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the different options consumers have out there.
Good question, Andrea. It really depends on the application of, where you're at. I mean, if you have, and we're talking new now. I'm not talking about renovations. So when we're in the process of custom designing a home for an individual, it's really important to understand in advance what kind of heating system and cooling system that they plan to incorporate in their home. You can look at, for instance, if you have recreational property on an island, you're going to be limited to either propane or electric heat. So there's no choices, or wood. If it's permissible. However, when we're in the, suburbia, people's choices really come down to primarily gas forced air with heat pumps or an in-floor radiant heating system with a boiler. And that's probably your Cadillac system. There are a lot of requirements that you should look at if you're going to go into in-floor radiant heating. It's a fabulous heat, but you need heat recovery ventilation. You need to circulate air, which is another system on top of that, as well as potentially an air conditioning system.
Have things changed? I'm not sure if we're interjecting here, but have things changed with in-floor radiant heating? Because I have that in my house, but I find in the winter when I turn it on, it takes a long time to warm up.
Yeah, Absolutely. You know, kind of the older technology, Tom. So today's boilers are so efficient, and then the system is zoned. You have multiple zones depending on how you want to individually heat your rooms. We find nowadays with that kind of efficiency with a new boiler system, so you don't have this long wait period. I mean, obviously, it'll take time initially to get that water up to 130, 140 degrees, whatever you want. Once it's up to that temperature, it'll maintain itself, and that's the beauty of hot water heating.
So maybe after the show, what I should do is go see Bill and then give you a call. You can come over and put the new thing for me. What do you think?
Mark, I have a question for you. What are you looking at in terms of cost difference between the forced air and the radiant system? How much more expensive?
Well, depending on the size of home, let me go with maybe what we're doing. We're building a home of around 6,700 square feet in Port Moody right now, and for example, the forced air with a heat pump for that system would have probably cost around $25,000 in that range, $25,000 to $30,000. With in-floor radiant heat, the domestic hot water tied into the boiler system, heat recovery ventilation, air conditioning system, and then all the gas lines throughout the house and what have you, and also venting for all rooms, it's running around $90,000.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Now, if you looked at adding gas and the ventilation, you don't have to do that with a gas forced air system with a heat pump, because that acts as a cooling and heating system unto itself. Great system, but. Anyway, there are other costs, of course, when you're dealing with in-floor radiant heat, because you have lightweight concrete throughout the house. You have to structurally engineer and design that home, the floor joists, to be able to handle the additional weight load. And there's a little extra cost from a framing detail, because you're double plating all the walls to accommodate the concrete.
So when you're talking about a heat pump, then, Mark, you're talking about your. So does that involve? Like what? And we use that word very indiscriminately, but what does that mean?
Well, what it means is you have your high efficiency furnace, which has a ducting system throughout your home to distribute the heat. Where the heat pump comes in, it's tied into that furnace system, and it acts as a if you think of a refrigerator, really, during summertime. It'll extract the hot air, turn it to extract the heat and turn it into a cooling system, and that cooling is then distributed through the house. In wintertime, the opposite result happens, where you're not using your actual fossil fuel source. You're not using natural gas. That heat pump will kick in and run right up to about 2 to 3 degrees below zero before you'll be tying into your actual gas, usage.
Now, Mark, if somebody would like to chat some more about this during the week, what number could they call to get a hold of you?
604-461-2560.
Okay, that number again, Mark?
It's 604-461-2560.
I just asked it because I was writing that down. I have to give you a call.
Mark Kraft-Holmes.
Okay, Mark Kraft-Holmes. Mark, you're a wonderful guy. Go back and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I will.
Talk to you next week, buddy. Hey, coming up on the show, we're going to be chatting with Farm Maboudi. He's with Qualix Landmark. They got a new project called Green on Queensberry. That's our feature project this week on the Radio Real Estate Show. Bill and Andrea are here. They're going to share their thoughts on the Radio Real Estate News headlines of the week.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing. Producer Art Factora. No, I'm sorry, that's not right.
I think you better go back and have that other eye done.
I think I need the other eye. Dwayne Johnson. And Tom
Dwayne
Lucas.
Bishop.
I thought he was The Rock.
No, that's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
CI 650. She's a house. She's mighty, just letting it all hang out. She's a brick house.
Well, it's the Radio Real Estate Show, and it's time to welcome a special guest to the program. I'm going to try your name. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you help me with this. I got Parham is your first name. Is that close?
Yes, that's perfect.
And I want you to be good enough to pronounce your last name for us.
It's Mahboubi.
Sorry?
Mahboubi?
You okay. I'm just teasing. Parham, welcome to the program. You're with Qualix Landmark. What do you do for those folks over there?
Well, I'm I play the role of the, I wear many different hats, but my main role here is planning and marketing, as the Vice President of Planning and Marketing.
Nice. And you have a brand new project, which, of course, is the feature project of the week on the Radio Real Estate Show. It's Green on Queensbury. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Sure, absolutely. Well, we're always looking for those great finds whenever we're looking for development sites, especially when it's parkside property. And so we came across this site over 2 years ago, and at the time we acquired an entire city block, which was right across the lane from a park called Moodyville Park. Mm-hmm. And knowing us, we had to challenge ourselves and shake things up a bit. So we decided to pick up a few more offer lots, nearby, and then pursue a more complicated process with the city, which was to swap some land, and with the vision to close off the lane and then end up growing the size of the park. But all of these things would enable us to not only just create a larger project, which would be more complicated and risky for us, but it would actually create a much different project for the neighborhood. At the time, we found ourselves funding this $100,000 park master plan process for the park, which is now done, which is great. And it's basically intended to essentially reimagine this community park that we're sitting on. And really, we're talking about a complete radical transformation of what this park would look like today. So after extensive city-led public engagement process, which actually was this past Monday, council approved this park master plan, with a budget of about $3.5 million to build this park. So I think that's probably the single most exciting aspect of the project, and I think what it means for the future residents of the project is that they will effectively be able to live right on a park. And and when you think about it, families, with children, whether they're singles and boomers or seniors, they can literally walk right out and be on this park. So. And I think the other aspect of it is, we've talked about the benefits for the project, but the best part for the city is that this park is going to be built really at no cost to the city, no net cost to the city. And, it's an amazing amenity, and it's going to benefit the whole community. So we're really excited about this project.
I noticed that it's you've got the Spirit Trail at the doorstep, so that's going to connect you to all the natural amenities of the North Shore. I see that. Oh, and apparently you're only minutes from Lonsdale Entertainment and Cultural Hub.
Yeah, we're just a stone's throw. We're walking distance from some of the best amenities in the neighborhood. You mentioned Lonsdale. There's the night market down by the shipyard site. We've got a little commercial village a few blocks north of us. Main Street to the east of us. Lots of amenities there. And of course, anyone who wants to live, near nature, we've got the best of the best. Right on the park. Now,
Green on Queensbury, is it going to be high rise or low rise?
It's a 4-story, medium density 4-story apartment condo, and with and a townhome project. It encompasses a range of unit types. We've got the 1, 2, 3 bedroom homes in a variety of configurations. So it's lots of options for anyone. 550 square feet to 1,500. So there's a lot of room there for people with different lifestyle expectations.
Parham, it's Andrea Jock here. Just a question for you. Mm-hmm. What type of finishings? Is there anything unique or special about the complex or the apartment building?
Yeah, well, the project was meant to be quite modern, reflecting that sort of that West Coast architecture. And what we've tried to do, we've tried to pull some of the natural local amenities and colors that that reflect the neighborhood context right into the design of both the exterior and the interior of the homes. And for example, on the exterior, we've got things like standing seam metal, the cedar soffits and the with the white painted brick. Those are sort of like elements from the neighborhood that we've pulled in. There's a rendering on our website that sort of, helps you really appreciate the beauty of it. For the listeners, they want to go to the website qualix.ca/green. But these, the interiors of these homes are also very, very thoughtfully planned, and the space is utilized very, very efficiently with very, little wasted space. So one of the things, as far as interiors are concerned, these days, when you think about, in the case of Green on Queensbury, we're not really talking about, the cheap carpets or the laminate countertops anymore. Today, we're talking about things, like luxury finishes, which I feel like is increasingly becoming the norm across the Lower Mainland. And what we're talking about, things like full slab, quartz countertops and backsplashes and high-end kitchen cabinets and flooring and all those, those wonderful luxurious appliances and marble tiled surrounds in the bathroom. So those are the kind of luxury specs that we're talking about, for this project, and it's really about the meticulous attention to those details, for us to get the homes, just perfect. So, in many ways, we're redefining what it means to live, in a condo, and these. If you think about, these features they weren't kind of non-existent about, to the average homeowner a few decades ago. So, really, you probably had to win the lottery to own a home like this. So, but so when you combine, the finishes on the interior, the great finishes, interior finishes, with the great suite layouts and great looking building, and you throw that on a park that's going to be completely reimagined. And you've got something really unique, and I think it easily rivals the single-family home, the ones with big, large backyards.
All right, I have a question for you. As you know, one of my co-hosts on the show is a real estate agent. Are you open to working with realtors?
Oh, absolutely. But welcome it.
Well, now it's a big smile on her face. See, now she's happy.
No, we have a great working relationship with the realtor community, absolutely.
Now, during the week, if somebody would like to get some more information, they can go to the website. You did give it, but what is the website again?
It's so it's qualex.ca/green. That's QUALEX.ca/green.
And there'd be a contact, more information there, or like a phone number or whatever, if somebody wanted to actually talk to a real person?
We're on the heels of launching the project.
Nice.
At this moment, we're just finalizing a few of the details, and so if anyone's really interested, they should definitely register, and they'll be, of course, among the first people to find out about any of the new developments with the project.
And when are they going on sale?
We're aiming for this September.
Nice.
It's just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
They're only about 8 blocks from Lonsdale.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get a mortgage. I'll buy a place, then we'll go shopping, and I'll go to lunch about one of the malls. What do you think?
We'll go down. We go down the waterfront there. Don't they have the Lonsdale Pier?
We haven't got to take his nose out on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Should do that.
Okay. So you're on for lunch?
Absolutely.
Attaboy. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thanks for talking to us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. It's a great new project coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the map here where it's located, and it's
Green on Queensburg.
It's facing the project is facing downslope, so you're going to get all the view of across the Falls Creek.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it looks really good, and you're really close to Lonsdale Quay, and you're really close to the water.
Nice. You know what that means, don't you? That means it's headline news time on the program. I'm going to read the headlines that made the news this past week, and you people will tell us how you really feel about the subject. First of all, Bill, I think you should handle this at the beginning. The CHMC, did I get it right this time? CHMC, nice, says that the Canadian homeowners are managing their debt better than non-homeowners. Is that true? What do you think?
Absolutely. They finally read an article that actually showed the Canadian government, because I think consumers have known this all along, is that 2/3 of the debt the Canadian consumers have is mortgage debt, which is offset by an asset. So that's not really a debt. So the only debt they've got then is what you would call the unsecured debt, like the car loans, the lines of credits, that kind of thing. And those people that own homes actually have a net worth of average $280,000.
Is that because they don't want anybody in the government to come and take away the home?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just make sure that they look after the money better. Those people that don't have a home and have consumer debt obviously don't have any offsetting asset.
Right.
Dinner out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fancy dancy cars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready for the next one? I think you'll like this one here. A Maple Ridge man is suing his stepdaughter. Are you ready for this? Over real estate. He claims they plan to buy the property and sell it together and then share the profits. She says the house is all hers.
Well, I guess how can someone say it's all hers if they bought it together?
Well, exactly. We've been down this road before on the show. Do not buy a house with somebody, right,
No,
Billy?
do not buy a house with anybody.
No.
And that's a
Nope.
stepdaughter. You would hope that, family would be closer, but sometimes that's worse. I mean, they say, if there's a will, there's a family. So you've got to make sure that you have everything spelled out. It's really easy getting into any kind of partnership.
Yeah.
What's your shotgun clause? How do you get out of it? And most
Right.
people do not consider that because they're so excited about getting into it in the first place.
I agree with you. I think there has to be some contract or something in place that would have outlined that more clearly.
All right. Now, short-term rentals in British Columbia have had their hearing approved. Councillors are worrying that the enforcement of the rules, how are they going to enforce these rules? They come up with some new rules. How are they going to enforce them?
Who's going to monitor it?
We're going to hire some
Wow.
more bureaucrats,
Oh, I see.
which will increase your taxes,
I see.
along with the lack of jobs. And, oh, by the way, have you noticed how many more bike lanes are in the city?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah. I tried to drop off to see my buddy Kingsley Bailey over at the ticket reseller. You can't even park in front of his office because there's a bike lane.
But if you were to ride your bike down there,
Exactly.
you do have a bike.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I have to tell you this. So when you go to the Queenie, how many bike racks do you see?
Yeah,
When you-
at the Queenie, probably not very many.
No.
No.
How about at the Ford Center for the Performing Arts? There's none.
No.
How about the Shark Club? Those sporting guys. These guys are in fit.
Yeah, yeah.
How many bike racks?
None?
None.
None.
So really, who are we fooling here?
Okay. This question is for Andrea here. It says the Trump brand has profited from their Vancouver hotel opening. You've been there.
I have once, yes.
Once.
Once, just once.
You liked it?
I liked it. You know, the thing is, and I got to be careful what I say here, but, Vancouver does need places like this that it creates a nice vibe, almost like it felt like a Las Vegas vibe where I was out there for a stagette. They had quite a fun, interesting nightclub with, we felt like I felt like I was not in Vancouver, somewhere else. So I guess I'd say that was something new and different that I liked about it. But
Apparently that evening you thought you were somewhere else.
I thought I was somewhere else.
Well, of course, don't forget.
What?
I mean, the Trump Tower
Yes.
is actually a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
It's not really owned by Trump. It's just that they're allowed to use his name if they pay a licensing fee.
I thought you were going to say there's no tower there.
There's a tower.
That would scare me. National home sales took a dive in June. The Toronto market led the area by 15%. Sales down by 15% in TO.
So this is the same thing as we had last year when we had the 15% tax come on. Now they've got the problems going on in Ontario the same way we had them. Once we found that people got used to them, obviously we look at the problem we got again. Now the prices are back up again.
Yeah.
It's going crazy. So, I mean, there's a change in political parties, so there's a softening of the market at this particular point in time.
But interesting, like over 1.5, yes, but it's still I just received a good offer on a property that I have for sale, and I'm getting lots of showings and tons of activity still. So we're still prices haven't come down. It's just
No.
It takes a little longer to sell that home now.
Yeah. I think it's good. And you got to find people who can actually buy those homes over 1.3.
Yeah.
But anything underneath that, I mean, we're still getting multiple offers on condos
100%.
and townhouses.
Yeah.
Want to buy a house? Go see the mortgage broker, then go see your realtor, right?
Oh,
In that order.
absolutely.
Always in
Because
that
it
order.
is
Yeah.
even more important today
It is more
than ever before.
I have a story. I don't know if I can tell
Sure.
now. Okay, but another time.
Now, the next segment of the program, dear, what's going on?
In our next segment, Monica Dina Briga, president of Mummy Maids, has a few tips on how to take care of your silk flower arrangements. With Monica's help, you can keep them looking new and smelling fresh.
And more Radio Real Estate Show information is coming right up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650. The clean up woman, 'cause she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
Now, I know, Billy, this is the part of the program where you start to take notes.
Yes.
Yes, because then you should too, Andrew, because
I
I
have
know
a
I
lot
take
of
notes.
silk flowers.
Do you really?
You
I
do?
And I didn't want to say anything, but last time I
Master
was
bedroom looks like a jungle.
Well, I won't say I was in there, but I was at your house in the living room, and you had that beautiful display there.
Yeah.
But Bill, it's time to wash them.
I didn't know you could.
Well, you take notes. Monica's here, and she's going to tell you all about it. Monica?
Here's an idea for cleaning your silk flower arrangements. It's not as hard as you think. First, dust off the arrangements with a good duster. Then use your blow dryer to get into the tighter areas. This will help get rid of some of the dirt buildup. Put the arrangements in the bathtub. With the sprayer, spray down the whole area. Then mix some dish soap with warm water in a spray bottle. Spray the arrangement completely. Leave on for a few minutes and then spray again. If there are certain leaves that still hold some dirt, use a rag and wipe these down. Most of the dirt should come off with only the spraying. Then rinse with warm water, turn upside down in the tub, and let it drain for about 20 minutes. After most of the water has dripped, hang upside down. When dry, they are ready to go to work once more. Your arrangement will look beautiful again. This is Monica Dinabriga for Radio Real Estate.
I think that's a problem, Bill. You turn upside down in the bathtub instead of turning the flowers upside down. You turned upside down.
And I also was using the leaf blower.
And hair
Apparently
dryer.
it's a hair dryer.
You're a hair dryer.
I thought it was a leaf blower because, like that's for outdoors, right? You're drying your leaves.
No. Just use the hair dryer. Ask
that's
Kathy if
why-
you borrow her hair dryer.
That's why the neighbors have all my sunflowers.
That's why.
Mommy Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959, 604-533-4959, or visit mummymaids.com. That's mummymaids.com.
This is the part of the program where we get to talk to Andrea, Bill, and I. We talk about the Tri-Cities. First of all, because let's pretend there's a new bus going down the road and people are getting on board. They never heard about the Tri-Cities anymore because they come from Edmonton or somewhere. Where are the Tri-Cities?
Tri-Cities are Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, and Coquitlam.
Is there a better part?
No, they're all equally as beautiful.
Are they all as expensive as each other?
Actually, I'd say probably Port Moody is, I'd say, the most expensive, then Coquitlam. Then out to Port Coquitlam, you can find some better deals, depending, but it's all busy right now.
And is Ioko in Port Moody?
Ioko's Port Moody.
See, I always pick the wrong ones.
Okay.
I love it out there. I just love it out there.
Who wouldn't? Ocean.
So if you're going to
mountain.
spend, let's say you're going to be looking for houses and you're just going to kind of get a feel for the area.
Right.
So, I've been down, what's that, St. John's area?
Lots of character.
Is that St. John's Pub? Is that what it's called?
Well, that's
No,
where
St.
the
John's Street. in Port Moody.
St. John's Street.
St. James Well.
St.
is the
James
pub.
Well. I always get
And
those
my
two
good
mixed
friend, actually Riley, we should give him a shout out, owns the St. James Well.
up. Okay, so if I was gonna go down there, where would I go to kind of get a feel for the area? Like an outdoor, like a bistro or something like that during the day, kind of get a feel for the area. And
where you should go is the boathouse, Rocky Point Boathouse.
Really?
Beautiful. Yeah. And then, so you can have lunch there, have a little wine overlooking the ocean, and then you can walk from the boathouse all around Rocky Point Park. And from there, now the new breweries on Murray Street. So they
Mark Jock was talking about the breweries.
yeah, they're so fun.
They
play live music.
I went to
food
lunch
trucks
once with
and-
Bill,
Yeah.
and nobody could walk after.
What? Oh,
No, sorry.
Well, now they have the food trucks. So if you go to the breweries, they offer a little lunch and all the different food trucks. And it's packed. I'm telling you, on a weekend, you can't even, get around really by car because the lineup's huge.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
a
exciting.
kind of happening kind of place.
It's a real happening place. And with the SkyTrain now, more people are
that's what I was
actually
gonna ask you.
coming in from Vancouver because they want to come check out Port Moody.
And people of all different ages are moving out there.
Everybody is.
Nice
Everybody,
stuff.
yeah. So you can find nice single detached homes in Westwood Plateau and Coquitlam or Heritage Mountain if you're looking for a little more space. Then right in the hub of Newport Village and Cedarbrooke are great condos and with shopping below, so it almost feels like a little Yaletown or a little Whistler-inspired village.
Wow.
Now listen, Andrea, somebody during the week wants to get some more information about the Tri-Cities. Where can they give you a call?
Yeah.
What's there?
604-783-3124. 604-783-3124.
Or if they care to visit your online location.
Yeah, it's pinnaclegrouprem.com. That's pinnaclegrouprealestatemarketing.com.
Thank you so much. Here's what else is coming up on the Radio Real Estate Show. The next segment we have, Bill.
Going to look at
Rates.
I was going to look at rates, but not quite so much rates.
No?
We're going to kind of look at what's happening in the marketplace. There's some rumors out there that things are changing.
Okay. We're looking
So we
forward
want
to
to
that.
kind of go over that.
This is Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650.
You can move right on in today after you see the mortgage broker. Bill Macklem is the gentleman's name. Billy, what's your telephone number? Somebody wants to call you.
604-684-4663. 604-684-HOME.
Now, after I visit Bill Macklem, I got a fistful of dollars and a few dollars more. I want to be taken around by a person who knows all about real estate. I go with
Absolutely.
Andrea Jock. Now, Andrea, if I wanted to call you after I got some money from Bill.
Yeah, 604-783-3124.
Okay, that number again.
604-783-3124.
And you have a fantastic website,
We do, pinnaclegrouprealestatemarketing.com.
pinnaclegrouprealestatemarketing.com. Okay, so call Bill and call Andrea. They'll fix you up, right?
I would like to work with Andrea.
Would you?
Well, I mean, she's a real good realtor.
Yes.
But she also knows how to make the hunting for a home special.
A little fun.
Like you've got a little bistro here for a little bite to eat, and a little beer thing over here that like a microbrewery.
Now we know the secrets to your success.
You know what? A lot of my clients have become good friends.
Absolutely.
You know, I really like.
Well,
the people I get to
you're
work
they're
with,
building up
and-
relationships, right?
For sure.
Exactly.
So, then you help them throughout the different stages of their lives. And the scary part is when you see your clients and all of a sudden their little baby now is like 5 and I realize like time's going by and that's kind of freaky.
And the child's bigger than you are in 2 years. So that's terrible. Hey, got a song for Bill on the show today.
Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money. Money can buy me love. Buy me love. Love. Buy me love.
Oh, my goodness. The number one tune from 1964. That's my other job. Sorry. Yeah. Can't buy me love. Hey, Bill, you can't buy love, but you could buy other things had I had some money in my pocket.
Exactly.
Now it's a little more difficult to get money in my pocket.
Well,
isn't
you know, the rates aren't terrible. And I keep on saying that to people. So we know that the Bank of Canada raised the rate by a quarter point.
Well, compared to the 1980s, they're not terrible at all.
Not at all.
No.
Not even compared to 1990s.
And Bill, didn't you work out those numbers before and it wasn't that much of a difference? Wasn't it like 50? Was it $50? $50.
So when you look at when you look at what's going on, so the prime rate is the Bank of Canada rate, and they just raised it to 0.75, and so the banks by law are allowed to put 200 basis points, which is 2 percentage points, on that. That's how they make their profit. So if they tell you they're the loss leaders, they're not telling you the truth. They're just not making as much money as they used to. So 2 points on top. So that means that should be 2.75. But they didn't give us all the discounts, so they're like just 2.95 is what the prime is. But that rate there moves according to what Mr. Polotz, who's the head of the Bank of Canada, dictates in terms of how the economy is going. So they move this up and down based on exports, the Canadian dollar, what's happening with the economy. They're doing all those things. So BC's got like the lowest unemployment rate in Canada at 0.5%. So they're doing fabulous. And so is the rest of the country, but we are doing the best. So they're saying, okay, so if we're doing so well, then we're going to move the rates up a little bit. The other side of that coin is we have a fixed rate. That fixed rate, the banks buy their money from the bond market. And if the stock market is doing really well, then the bond market goes up. But if the stock market is not doing well, the bond market drops. And so when the bank buys that money, that dictates how you'll take a 5-year close rate. So I understand about the prime rate going up because we're trying to control inflation. The fixed rate's going up. Well, the reason why the fixed rates went up is because the banks can do it. Not based on the fact that money's more expensive, it's just that they can do it. Because they have the wherewithal, they can make decisions on how they want it. So they raise their rates based on nothing. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of a squeeze right now in the bond market, but nothing as drastic as what they've just raised it by a half point.
I have a question for it. The governor of the Bank of Canada, does he work on commission? Did he just get a raise?
Yeah, they're government. He'll get a golden handshake. And, but I think he's doing I have to tell you, I think he's doing a really good job. He's probably going to raise the rate. I would think probably not in the fall because the Canadian dollar is already up to almost like 79 cents.
Something we can afford?
So
you think?
We can't buy it.
No?
No.
Okay. Listen, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about this some more, but if I want to get a hold of it during the week, what number should I call?
You should call me 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME. Now, you won't always get me.
Well, I know, because you're out and about.
No, I may be talking to you, the client.
Okay.
And so I have a team of people around me.
It was amazing. I have to say, I referred Bill a client and I needed to talk to him within minutes. I had like calls back and your team is fantastic. Like it was right away if I didn't get in touch with you. And then you called me back like within a few minutes.
Yeah. No, we try to make sure we look after people. And, and we don't always do a great job.
Yeah, you do.
But we'd like to do a great job.
You do a good job.
Our friend is still up the roof today. His name is Finn Jensen. He's going to come down because it says somebody has to pay for what's going on here in the British Columbia, Vancouver area. I think it's me and you. We'll find out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Pay for all the good things.
Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, with Andrew Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing. Our producer, the illustrious Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
CL 650. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm feeling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
Well, you look out your window and you say, oh my goodness, what a lovely place we live in.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Absolutely true.
lucky.
All the areas of British Columbia, especially the lower mainland, beautiful places to be. But somebody, I think, has to pay for this. See what Finn Jensen thinks.
Good afternoon, Tom, and good afternoon to everyone. Vancouver-based people are some of the luckiest in Canada. While many inhabitants must travel to reach the ocean or a desert climate, when we travel, it's usually about 4 hours. So it's not really travel. It's more like a commute. Why bring it up? Well, because it has everything to do with the cost of our lifestyle. When the city and suburbs are jammed, it encourages prices upward. It's the old story of supply and demand. It has been so since the first village was constructed and people began evaluating livability and other important things like air, water, and food. Surrounded by mountains and forests, bounded by coastline and islands, and over-the-shoulder fertile valleys, vineyards, and orchards ringed by deserts and vacation living on the lake beaches. Somebody has to pay for all the behind-the-curtain affairs that it takes to make it work. And that is you, my friend, the owner and occupant, no matter where you live in BC. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
Another reason to come and see you during the week, Bill. He needs some more money.
Absolutely need more money.
Got to pay for this. If you like your seasonal maintenance done, give Finn a call. His telephone number is 778-378-2740. 778-378-2740. Ask for Finn. I haven't asked you folks this question yet, but it's near the end of the show, so I'm going to ask. We have a new government, as you know, in Victoria, right? Yes, Tom, we do. My question is, do you think it's going to make a change to the way real estate is done in this province?
And what do you mean by the way real estate's done? Like,
Just what do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's
To the
going to
market,
Yeah,
you mean,
sure,
or-
sure. Just getting technical with it.
No, kidding.
well, I'm just thinking, like Bill has always mentioned, when there is a change in government, the buyers take a bit of a wait and see approach.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see how things will unfold and what the government is going to do. Are they going to put more policies in place that might affect us, or who knows, right? So I think
Could be whether they depend to increase taxes.
right.
Maybe they could stop some of the economic activities that the Liberals have put into place. So if they stop them, then maybe we lose those jobs. If you lose those jobs, for every job you lose 7 times the economic impact of what's going on.
Well, every time you lose a job, that means somebody's not perhaps buying a house.
And it's just 7 times the multiplier effect.
All right.
For every dollar that's spent in a community, it actually goes through 7 people's hands before it actually gets to the bank. So when you take $1 out of the community, you're taking $7 out of the community.
Gotcha.
So it's so you have to be very careful. I'm sure these guys have got some quality people appointed, but you know what? It's a wait and see attitude. You've got the Site C Dam, you've got the bridge at
The tunnel?
the tunnel bridge, and you've got the oil pipeline, which apparently is still going through. I saw some news the other day that said they're still set up for construction in September. So that is a federal as well as a national kind of a impact.
All right. Now, if I got somebody in my pocket, I want to move out to the Tri-Cities area. Do you have a listing you can share with us today?
Yeah, I've got a few. One, though, as a special property I want to talk about is a special home situated on a 21,000 square foot lot, ocean view, private dock. And what's really special about this property is actually it's straddling over an already subdivided lot. So you have 2 legal identities. So you can either build one big home, or there's an opportunity to build 2 homes. So yeah, so this one, we're on the market for $4.5 million. We just sold the property around the corner for $4.8. So this is actually not looking like a deal.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you during the week, what's your telephone number?
604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124.
And online?
PinnacleGroupREM.com. That's PinnacleGroupRealEstateMarketing.com.
And Mr. William, if I want to call you during the week, what number should I call?
Give me a call at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
And one more time for the website?
Because I almost fell, yeah.
Yeah.
So the website is BillyMac.com. That's BILLI, not a Y, MAC.com.
Nicely done. Nicely
Learning
done.
it.
Thanks for the show today. Thanks for all the info. Andrea, thank you for the information. And Dwayne, welcome back. Nice. That's the last nice thing we say to you, by the way.
Thanks.
Okay.
Well, it's Sunday. You got to say nice
That's
things.
true.
on
That's
Sunday.
true. That's true. And anyway, I'll talk to you all tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, bright and early on CL 650. It's Tom Lucas for everybody on the Radio Real Estate Show saying thank you. Bye.